You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening and welcome to Creekbox TV. We're live here on Sports Talk. I'm Alan Hanley and I got the head football coach, Coach Don Tison, with us, man. It's first spring practice as a head coach. Coach, how'd it go?
Man, I loved it. I had a great time. You know, a lot of times you kind of dread spring football. It's, you know, but man, we really had a good turnout. And every day it was exciting. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't stay out there, you know, a long time.
That's right.
You know, and just had a lot of fun. Discovered some things about some kids, you know, where we're having to replace guys that we lost to graduation. So, man, we got a lot done.
And that's what spring football is supposed to be about.
That's right.
See who's going to pick it up and play. And there's always some surprises in spring practice. You always get that one kid that, man, I don't know if football's right for him, and man, he just blows you away.
That's right.
Did we have any of them this spring?
Man, it's guys that are new. Mm-hmm. You know, as far as like starters.
Yeah.
But it's guys that we have been kind of waiting, you know, they've been waiting their turn. Mm-hmm. So it really wasn't a huge surprise, but just them actually, you know, they finally get to that position that they've been working at and, you know, playing behind seniors.
That's right. It's my turn now.
It's their turn, and then you get to see, it's his turn. Is he gonna do it or not?
That's right.
And we had several guys like Drake Browning and Jamarcus Marshall, you know, guys like that. They came in right there on the offensive line and just picked up right where we kind of hoped that they would. And so that was great.
Man, and you couldn't ask for no better weather during spring.
Oh,
I mean, usually, you know, you take this week now, it's a hot. Last week we had a cool front come in. It was about 85, you know, just right for, you know, it felt like fall.
If spring would have been a week later, this same conversation would have been different.
Yeah.
So, man, it was too hot.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be able to be on here tonight. But, man, we did. Creekbox went out there and we filmed some highlights. We're going to show you here of spring practice. And one thing I was impressed with is the size of these kids. Coach, I thought, you know, well, we graduated a lot last year. You can see right there, there's you and Coach Red. And man, you don't know how big these kids are. I went out there with the video, and then when you stand beside them, you know, I forget the young man's name. He's 15. He's like 6'5", 288. Mm-hmm. He's in 8th grade.
Yeah,
he'll be a freshman next year.
DeMonte Massey.
Man.
And he surprised us this year. Normally 8th graders come out there and they're hesitant. And he's so big, and man, he'd get right down in there and go with them.
All our linemen, I don't know what it averages, Coach, but I mean, we're right on pace like we have been in the last 4 or 5 years. We lost 4 starting linemen last year, but coming back, you know, but man, they stepped up and done a great job through spring practice. There's Dorsey running the ball, and man, this is one thing that you know we're going to have the advantage on in any game. That's Zach Robbins. That's about a 45-yarder. He was out there. And, man, one thing about Zach, he's going to work.
Oh, they work.
All
of those
the time,
guys.
the kickers, when I was out there, apparently you tell them to get on one end and don't leave till I tell you to leave.
Yeah. They work the whole practice. They kick. For 2 solid hours, they kick.
And, man, there's some good
That's
blocking.
DeMondre Edmonds right there.
That's one thing, we're not shy of speed.
Yeah, we've got a few guys that can run. That's a good looking. Darius getting up in the hole pretty good right there. He did a really good job once he got out there. You know, he was playing baseball.
Plants that foot and cuts up just like you want him to.
He's a big boy. I'm excited about our tailbacks. We've got Darius, Dorsey, DeLille Carter, and Marquavius Grady. You know, Marquavius had a little shoulder surgery, so he didn't get to go through spring. So, you know, he's going to be on both sides of the ball, a contributor. So we're going to have some big tailbacks. Darius is 225 and DeLille's 230.
That's right.
And Quay's about 185, 190, but he's a hitter, you know. And so we're excited about that position. We're excited about Tyler.
And man, there's One of you good coaches.
Look at there. Boy, he still got it.
He still got it, doesn't he? And Coach Dalton Weatherington does a good job.
Yeah.
And there's some of the size we're talking about. Man, that's, you know, that sled weighs pretty good.
You know, that sled's older than me.
Yeah, that sled. I didn't practice on this, but
Man,
it's not too far from that. There's a shot of some of you
I've got a picture, a family picture. It was 1985.
Good.
And
well, I practiced on that.
We took it on that sled. I was sitting up on top of one of them dummies.
Well, then I did practice because I graduated in '86.
It was probably brand new.
It's been drove up and down the field quite a bit, but man, there's a shot, and you look at that first unit, and the second unit's bigger than the first unit that went. I know that's not how you got the starters listed, but man, there was some big linemen, and Dalton has done a great job. It looked like, you know, we picked up right where we left off last year. You want to establish the running game, and man, we did. We got some highlights of the game. Once we take a break, we're gonna come back and talk about the spring game. But Don, did we make it through spring without anybody getting seriously injured?
We did. Yeah, we did. Craig, he rolled his ankle a little bit. The first week of spring, it was actually in the red and white scrimmage that we did. But it was minor. He played in the scrimmage against Pelham, so that was really about it. So we got out of there clean. That's the biggest thing about spring, getting out of there without getting anybody hurt.
Man, that's right. And that's what because you tear something now, you're going to miss at least half the season going into next year if it's a serious injury. So, and that's one thing Class A struggles. That's one thing as a coach, you say, man, I wish we didn't do spring because you don't want to jeopardize losing anyone now. There's another shot. You see Coach Peterson up there lining them up. Good hard practice. Man, and one thing, when I was out there, it seemed like everybody was, you know, it wasn't dead. It was hyped up. Everybody had a pep in their step, you know.
Yeah, and that's one thing we wanted to do a little different is the pace of practice. Just speed up the pace of practice and not take so many breaks, and almost treat it like it's a game. You know, it's constant for 2.5 hours. You know, just a constant.
That's right.
From here to there.
Hey man, you like you say, you didn't go long. Y'all probably got out there about 3:30, and you was gone by 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, every day. Yeah, we was out of there pretty quick.
And got a lot done, and that's when you know that everything's running right. I mean, when I went out there at the first, I know we're watching the scrimmage highlights, but y'all went into group, and a lot of group work. I mean, that you emphasizing on that, and that's where all your coaching comes in. You know,
that's right.
Your group, you got to teach the running back how to cut up.
That's right. And when you're you know, trying to teach guys that hadn't been there playing, you know, we've had those guys that we lost up front were all 3-year starters.
That's right.
So you know, just we've got guys that are there that's going to pick it right back up, but you know, it takes time to get them to jail, and you always need to go back to the basics and start from square one. You know?
That's right. Well, man, we're going to run into our first break, Coach, and we're going to come back and talk about Pelham in the spring game. We'll be right back.
Valdosta Nissan Cadillac is the home of oil changes for life on any vehicle purchased from us, plus a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on all new vehicles. We have one of the largest pre-owned inventories in South Georgia, the best service department in Valdosta, and our parts department can get you anything from wiper blades to tires.
So for all your automotive needs, come see me, D-Ray, at Valdosta Nissan Cadillac, or give me a call, 912-599-9564. Go Panthers.
At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll, 912-490-7142. Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year. LUTZ, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. LUTZ, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers!
Good evening and welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. We got the head football coach, Coach Don Tison, with us. The new head football coach, you're going to hear that a lot. And one thing, Coach Tison, did it feel any different being the head coach for your first spring? I know probably some. I mean, at the end of the day, the buck stops for you and you got to check off on what
That's
you
right.
want it to do. But other than that, did it feel any different?
Oh yeah, it felt a lot different. Man, just you know, you kind of, you get into a role that's bigger.
That's right.
But you really take a step back, and you're really not as, you put it more on the coordinators.
That's right.
And
If you don't, it's going to be easy to get burnt out if you don't.
That's
I mean,
right.
You've got to.
And and just going back to the experience I had when I was an offense coordinator, Coach Dickerson allowed me to just run it.
That's right.
However I wanted to run it. I knew what his philosophy was, and I knew kind of what he wanted. I'd run the ball. So learning from what I learned from that is that you'll coach harder when you've got some rope.
That's right.
And I don't want to micromanage anybody. So you take a step back, and I've been doing that for 10 years. And so you're going into a game with just that single mindset of offensively, what are we going to do? And attacking the defense and being focused on not making mistakes and being aggressive.
What's probably different now, Coach, is I know when I was a flunky out there helping y'all a little bit, when defense was off the field, I didn't worry about it. I walked down there. Being the head coach, you can't do that.
That's right.
Right. You're responsible for every play that's called out there at the end of the day.
Yeah. And luckily, we've got Coach Peterson that's been a coordinator, forever.
Right.
Last year he called all the defensive plays, so I completely trust both of them. But you're right. Last year I would go to the replay.
Yeah, we noticed that the other night. We would.
And I'm like, well, I can't do that now.
That's right.
So it's different, but I just really enjoyed it, just from a whole game management type, mindset. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to really have a good time, and got full confidence in Rance and Winston and the other coaches.
That's right.
Because we're all on the same page. We all know what we do. We all know what we have to do to get better. We all know, what happened over in Pelham. There's a lot of great things that we did right, and we all know what we've got to do to fix the things that didn't, go like we wanted to go. But man, it is a completely different feeling, pre-game and post-game, and during the game. So, man, I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited.
You look like you were having a ball.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Oh, yeah.
We got some highlights we're going to roll right here, Coach. Some exciting highlights. I think this one is Michael Walker. He bobbled the ball, and I know that's one thing, but man, watch him get control of it.
That's pretty good blocking. That's a good block downfield by Perry.
And now, how fast is Michael?
He's a 4.5 40.
So it's hard. You're not everybody's not going to run him down once he gets to the outside.
He's pretty fast, and you could tell, our guys, man, they were playing so hard, and I think sometimes you got to settle down, especially on offense. You know, we fumbled the ball several times, and he bobbled.
That's right.
This. You know, you've got to relax a little bit and be smooth, and you know, make the pocket.
Well, Coach, you look and you hit probably 4 or 5 times in a 2-week span.
That's right.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
Regular season, you know, if you get to game 2, that's when you're going to be concerned with you know, with
That's
such
right.
as that. But man, one thing, the offense looked so good, man. We scored so quick. Look at this pass play. I like
Yeah,
this.
this is pretty.
Was like with 8 seconds to go before halftime.
Yep.
They
That's a
know
big
we're
target.
throwing the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremiah, man, and he's pretty fast, isn't he, Coach?
Yeah, you know, on the clock, I think he's like a 4.6, 4.7.
That's right.
But no, I've hadn't seen anybody run him down.
That's right. Game speed, man, you take it up a notch. That's
he's
right.
taking big steps.
That's right. It don't. You know, we looked at that last year. It's about 3 steps. He's covering 10 yards
That's
when he's
right,
in full
yeah.
stride. And it's a great. We didn't have many defensive highlights, but now this this is ESPN here.
You know,
Coach.
this makes me this made me happy right here because DJ, that's DJ Simon. He has worked really hard in the classroom and in the weight room. He's added some weight. He's gotten faster. He's really taking it serious. Taking his game serious.
That's right.
You know, the off-season type stuff, and you know, for him to make a play like that.
That's how you get better. I mean,
it's it just kind of reaffirms, you know, we've been saying it. I've been saying it that DJ's going to step it up this year. He's a senior, and you know that maybe he'll keep doing that for us.
and man, this is something, man. I don't know how many yards we had passing, but you mix in a little bit of passing here and
That's
there,
right.
you know. Man, and I know it's hard to coach when you score in 2 or 3. You know, you go into a spring game, you want to try different things.
Yeah.
But man, when you score second or third play, and
That's right.
then they score, you know, and you have a turnover, then you got to, you know, changes things a little different.
Well, in a game like that where both teams are scoring like that, it comes down to who turns the ball over.
Man, it was exciting. We
It
had
was fun.
84
Yeah.
points scored in 30 minutes.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
30 minutes. That's got to be a record. And man, Moorhead, I don't know how many he ended up with, but look at the blocking
And I'll
and
tell you,
the balance. I mean, he knows where the sideline is.
that's a great run. Michael Walker blocking right here is, you can see him square that guy up.
That's right. Turns him, man, just great job. And man, Moorhead's going to run through an arm tackle. You're going to have to square up to get him. Great blocking. And man, he knows what to see. Cuts back. A lot of times, some of the backs, they'll be wanting to hut the sideline. He doesn't do that. He's going to cut it up. And that's all our backs are doing that.
That's right. Well, if they run out of bounds, they're probably going to get subbed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And man, the good thing about that is when you have depth like that,
That's right, yeah.
it makes depth creates competition.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that's one thing, man, looking back at the spring, we had 60, 65 kids out.
Somewhere around that, yep.
Man, and I know you hope and some kids probably, now did you have to play spring to be on the, some kids, I didn't know if everybody got to go out because of baseball or stuff like
Right.
that.
Well, we're not going to be cutthroat.
That's right.
Where if somebody wants to come
you
out.
want to come out and play, we'll let you.
But now somebody that's been playing and just says, "Hey, I don't go through spring."
Yeah,
that's
that's
different.
right. Yeah,
But
that's
somebody that's never played before. We're always trying to get more kids to play.
Hey, man, and that's what fills the bleachers.
That's right. Yeah.
You got more kids, you got more parents involved. Man.
Well, it's a sign of a good program. When you've got a lot of people out there on the team, and people want to be a part of it.
That's right.
And so we try to get as many people out there as we can, and everybody's got a place.
All right, man. Well, we're going to take our another break, Coach Tison. We'll be back to talk some more Panther football. We'll be right back.
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
We face many challenges, trials, and temptations as we journey through this life, but there is good news. A very powerful man has promised us strength, joy, peace, and eternal life if we would trust in Him. If you've not made a decision to trust Jesus Christ as your Savior, I encourage you to do so, and I guarantee it'll be the best decision you've ever made.
Homerville Feed and Seed can provide nearly all of your farming-related needs, including seed, corn, bulk fertilizer, herbicides, insecticides, and a large variety of other farm products. Evalie and Nick want to remind you that you do not have to shop out of town to find the lowest prices. Our prices are as low or lower than any of those out-of-town companies. Come by and let the friendly staff at Homerville Feed and Seed help you select the farm products you need at the lowest prices around. The Shack Cafe is now open in Pearson, Georgia. For the best breakfast and lunch buffets in South Georgia, check out the Shack Cafe. You can dine in, order takeout, or use our fast and efficient drive-thru. We have a wide variety of meals, sandwiches, and burgers. Oh yeah, and after breakfast and lunch at the Shack Cafe, drive on over to the Country Cabin Steakhouse for dinner. Just off the Pearson-Douglas Highway, we are known for the best steaks and seafood in South Georgia. And don't forget, the Country Cabin Steakhouse can host all of your holiday parties, events, and meals. Valdosta Orthopedic Associates has been setting the standard in South Georgia for quality orthopedic and medical care for over 25 years. We don't get to choose when injury or illness will strike, but when they do, the board-certified physicians here will work hard to make sure you recover as soon as possible. Remember, Valdosta Orthopedic Associates has a walk-in clinic where you can get help quick, and special bumps and bruises clinic where middle school and high school athletes can get the best of treatment, even on Saturday mornings after the game. Valdosta Orthopedic Associates, Valdosta, Georgia. Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Good evening, welcome back to Creekbox TV. We're live here on Sports Talk. I'm Alan Hanley, along with the head football coach, Coach Don Tison, and we're talking about spring football practice. We've touched on all that, Coach. Let's talk about the team we faced Friday, because there's a good chance Panthers stay healthy and we keep playing. We're going to see them again next year because they got a fine football team.
They do. They brought everybody back, basically. Mm-hmm. You know, they lost a few guys that played linebacker that were really good players. Mm-hmm. But man, their quarterback is I don't know if he's the best in the state, but he's got to be up there in that conversation. He is really good.
Well, you take the interception that we had. I mean, that was a highlight there. Mm-hmm. But if he's off an inch, it's a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did so good. He put the touch on the ball and allowed his receiver to go up, and their receivers don't miss.
That's right.
You know,
yeah, they're very
did a
athletic.
Great job, man.
Yes.
We had them 3 or 4 times. We got them in 3rd and long, but he would find the open guy and just, you know, it's just they're an outstanding football team. And you know, you take last year, they went 12-1, lost in the 3rd round to Irwin. Yep. So they got everybody back. That's going to be some pretty good competition.
That's right. Yeah, they're good. I hope we do see them again because, man, that was a great game. We weren't really prepared. You know, we went into it, you know, with an understanding that, you know, us and them were both going to be running basically the same offenses, you know. So we go back and look at what they were doing, and they were running like when they played Irwin.
That's right.
They were running a lot of 1-back and 2-back sets, you know, and some pro-eye under center stuff. And so that's what we prepared for, and then we show up and play, and they were 5 wide the whole game.
No huddle.
No huddle, 5 wide, which we knew, we had an idea they may go no huddle. Yeah. So we had worked on that, but not 5 wide.
Now a lot of people know when you go 5 wide, you got to get somebody out of the box.
Well, that's right. Yeah, it changes things, and we were ready for it.
That's right. You did a great job.
You know, we just jumped in it. It was just something that we hadn't practiced much of because we had practiced 1-back and 2-back sets. And because you only have about 4 days of good practicing, you know, preparing for them. We spent the first week, just getting guys
to how to line up,
getting tuned up.
That's
right, and working on, just the fundamental stuff. And we did that second week working on peddling. So we took basically 4 days and worked on what we thought they'd be in, and they were in, something different. So it was just on the fly adjustment. Defense did a great job. We did what we needed to do, like scheme-wise, to stop them. But the points that they scored, when they were on offense, they earned them. I mean, it was good. Yeah. It was good throws, good blocking, good running. So they're a very good team.
Coach, when you get in a regular season like that, and down the road that you got a spread team, and you're at week 1 and you're going to play them at week 5, and I know you don't, as a coach, you never want to look ahead, but do you kind of take a few minutes at practice to, let's just throw this in there as a wrinkle to kind of keep our mind, open to?
I think, and what we'll be doing, like all summer, we'll do this all summer, is not necessarily look at week 4 who we play and what they run, but just have a system on defense and on offense. Like offensively, we have a system, and we run what we run, and based on what the defense gives us, that's what we run. And defensively, we're going to be the same way.
That's right.
We just hadn't really had enough time to get there yet over the spring practice, because we're doing some new things. And so we'll have a system where no matter who it is, we'll be ready for that.
That's
scheme-wise.
That's right.
Now week to week, you'll emphasize more than.
Well, if they got a Emmitt Smith out there, you'll know, well, we got it. But regardless, when they break the huddle, we're going to do what we do.
That's right.
If they're in the spread, we'll be in a 4-2. If they're in the run, we're going to be in a 50. That's just Clinch County football.
That's right. And we'll just be able to adjust without it being like, man, we hadn't seen it.
That's right.
That's right. We'll be ready for. I want to be ready for anything.
That's right.
So if a team does come out in something that they hadn't showed on film, it won't be just, oh my gosh, we ain't seen that.
That's right.
It'll just, hey, we've got it. Let's do it, and let's keep playing.
Well, man, we're going to take our last break, and we're going to come back and finish up with some more Panther football.
Homerville Jewelers on East Dame Avenue is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. If you're looking for that special gift for the bride and groom, or that perfect gift for the new baby, look no further. We also have a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces, and can perform jewelry repair. No need to shop out of town. We can supply all of your gift and jewelry needs. Let Vicki Young and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-GO, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
Good evening. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. We're live here on Creekbox with Coach Tison. We're talking about Panther football. I thought I cut my ringer off. I reckon it cut back on. We'll ignore that.
It's
Coach
getting
Tison,
late.
We appreciate you taking the time. Tell us what the off-season schedule is going to be now for the Panthers.
Well, the last day of school is Friday, and Monday, that next Monday, that whole week, we'll just open the weight room up from 12 to 2. Just if kids want to come and work out, they can. There'll be coaches there. So it's kind of like a week off, but we give the kids the opportunity. I'm doing that because I know there's going to be about 6 or 7 heads texting me, Coach Tison, let me in the weight room. So we're going to have it open. And then that following week, we'll start, our official summer workout program will be starting. That'll be June 3rd.
Y'all going to play some passing league?
Oh, yeah. Well, not so much passing league. We've got one passing league match set up to go over to Pearson. Padded camps is the thing now. We got 3 padded camps. We're going to Lowndes. July the 17th, I think. I'm not exactly sure about the dates. Right. We're going to Lowndes for a camp. We're going to Crisp County up in Cordell for a camp, and we're hosting one.
Well, man, I know everybody's excited. We had a taste of Panther football last week, man, and There's nothing to do in Homerville on Fridays, and we're wanting to hurry up and get here, man. And this is episode 36, I think. This is our last episode of the season. And I'm going to call out our sponsors because they're the ones that make it possible. LUTZ, Brown, Piegler, and Manley, Lee Engineering, Dairy Queen, Popeyes, Burt Accounting, Homerville Jewelers, Valdosta Nissan, TKO, go over there and see Delray, Camping World of Valdosta, Homerville Feed and Seed, go up there and see Miss Everly, and she can tell you what kind of weeds you need to kill.
That's right.
Shack Cafe and Country Cabin, Valdosta Orthopedic, Lolita's Snow Cone Shack, and Mike's Golf Carts. Man, and I want to remind everybody that's viewing this Sports Talk, if y'all have a coach in the surrounding communities, let us know at Creekbox. Come to our Facebook page, and we'd be more than glad to get some other coaches in the surrounding communities here on Creekbox. And again, I want to thank the head football coach, Coach Don Tison, and we'll see you in August, brother.
Yes, sir.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it. We'll see y'all later.